Hello, I'm Ollie. Welcome to Oxford Online English. In this pronunciation lesson, you can learn about sounds and spelling in English. If you just look at a word in English, do you know how to pronounce it? Not always. It can be difficult because in English, the way we write a word and the way we say it are not always the same. In this lesson, you can learn more about the differences between how we write a word and how we say a word in English. Part 1. The same letter can have different sounds. Look at 3 words: phone, clock, for. All of these words contain the letter O. Is the letter O pronounced in the same way in each word? No. In phone, the letter O has an O sound. In clock, O has an O sound. And in for, O has an O sound. So here we have 3 different words, all with the same letter, but with 3 different pronunciations. Part 2. Different letters can have the same sound. Let's look at 3 more words: big, England, busy. Okay, some questions. What sound does the I in big make? What sound does the E in England make? And what sound does the U in busy make? Listen again. Big, England, busy. These 3 letters all have the same sound, I. So here we have 3 different letters, I, E, and U, but they all make one sound, I. Okay, at this point, it should be clear that letters and sounds are not the same thing in English. So let's look at this in more detail. Part 3, how to count letters and sounds. Okay, look at 3 more words: fast, 7, red. I want you to think about 2 questions. How many letters do these words have? And how many sounds do these words have? Okay, well, the first question is easy. Fast has 4 letters, 7 has 5 letters, and red has 3 letters. What about the second question? How many sounds do the words have? Well, actually, fast has 4 sounds: f, a, s, t. 7 has 5 sounds: s, e, v, e, n. And red has 3 sounds: r, e, d. So all of these words have the same number of letters and sounds. Fast has 4 letters and 4 sounds. 7 has 5 letters and 5 sounds. And red has 3 letters and 3 sounds. That makes these words easy to pronounce because you see the word, 1 letter equals 1 sound. It's easy. But are all English words like this? No, most English words are not like this. This is what makes English pronunciation difficult. So let's look at this again. Part 4, letters and sounds are not always the same thing. Okay, listen to 3 more words: coffee, teacher, shopping. Think about the same questions we asked before. How many letters does each word have, and how many sounds does each word have? So coffee has 6 letters, but how many sounds? Just 4. The 2 F's together make 1 F sound, and the 2 E's together make 1 E sound. So there are 4 sounds: K, O, F, E. Teacher has 7 letters. How many sounds? 4 again. So the 2 letters EA make 1 E sound. The 2 letters CH make 1 ch sound. And the 2 letters ER make 1 sound. So there are 4 sounds in the word t, e, ch, e. Shopping has 8 letters. How many sounds? 5. S and H together make 1 sh sound. The 2 P's together make 1 p sound. And the letters NG make 1 n sound. So that leaves 5 sounds. Sh, o, p, I, ng. Often, a word has more letters than sounds because 2 or more letters together can make one sound. Sometimes 3 or 4 letters together can make one sound. For example, look at the word for, F-O-U-R. In this word, the 3 letters O-U-R make one sound, or. Let's look at 3 more words. 1, use, Europe. Same questions. How many letters? How many sounds? Well, let's look at 1. 1 has 3 letters and 3 sounds. So that's easy, right? But what are the 3 sounds? W, a, n. Where does that w sound come from? What about the other words? Well, use has 3 sounds again. Y, u, z. Again, you can see a y sound which is pronounced but which isn't obviously in the written word. Europe has 5 sounds. Y, u, r, o, p. Once again, you can see there's a y sound in the pronunciation which isn't written clearly in the word. So, to review, very often words have more letters than sounds because very often 2 or more letters together can produce one sound. Sometimes there are extra sounds which are not obviously written but which are pronounced when you say the word. Okay, let's do some practice together. I'm going to give you 5 words. Apple, because, student, cheap, Wednesday. Think about the same questions. How many letters do these words have? And how many sounds do these words have? If you want, pause the video and think about your answer. We can start again when you're ready and look at the answers together. Okay, ready? Let's check. Apple has 5 letters and 3 sounds. A, P, L. Because has 7 letters and 5 sounds. B, I, K, O, Z. Student has 7 letters and 8 sounds. How's this possible? Let's look. S, T, Y, U, D, E, N, T. 8. There's an extra Y before the U, which again is not obvious from the spelling, but it's in the pronunciation. Cheap has 5 letters and 3 sounds. Ch, I, P. Wednesday, 9 letters, 6 sounds. W, E, N, Z, D, A. Okay, that's the end of the lesson. Thank you very much for watching. You can see more of our free lessons on our website, oxfordonlineenglish.com. In the video description, you can see a link to the full version of this lesson. The full version includes a quiz and the full text so you can review and practice this topic some more. But that's all. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.